Okay.
Hello Internet, I'm Dan.
I'm Chaz. This is the Wine is Serious Business Show. Where I guess we're doing sherry today.
Yep, doing some sherry. One of our friends, Pamela, works as a sherry promoter and was kind enough to send us a sample. Some sherry here, and we decided that we should make a whole show out of it, so we picked up a couple bottles locally. Neither one of us have a whole lot of experience with it. You know, I've had it a couple times out at Spanish restaurants, you know, trying to get into something new. Like, I've heard of it before, but not too knowledgeable about it. You have much experience with it?
For me, I should really be honest, I have zero experience with dry sherry. Most of the stuff that we've had in the past is the sweet kind, you know, long, old Solera style stuff, with tons of residual sugar, like very, very dessert wine. So dry sherry is something that's very new to me. I think I've had it maybe once in the past. A friend of mine poured me once, so this is completely new ground for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get to see how that goes.
Yeah.
So, wine number one, this is Harvey's Fino Sherry. So, one of the things that separates Fino Sherry in addition to it being dry is apparently the big barrels in the Solera system that's used are only partially filled, so that a layer of yeast grows over the top and that imparts flavor and protects it a bit from oxidization, which, oxidation? Not oxidation.
Yeah,
oxidation. Jeez.
Happens.
Yeah. Protects it from oxidation, and yeah, you can get some unique flavors that way.
Some definite vanilla tones, you know, a little bit buttery,
Sure.
sort of stuff, but
Little pear.
yeah, a little boozy though. I mean, it's just.
And I'd say a little yeast note, like the reading right, like implants that suggestion in your mind, maybe you're kind of stuck to it, but I think it's kind of there. And yeah, some heat. I'm getting some heat too.
Yeah, definitely. The heat for me sticks out. That's just, yeah. Doesn't usually stick out for me too. It's a little strong for me.
Definitely dry all the way across, and there's some heat on the back end too, but I'm getting like, there are like hints of a richer fruit flavor, like a little bit of peach, kind of on the sides of the palate. It's not full, but there's a hint of it there, and then some hazelnut notes that come in on the back.
I'm having a hard time finding anything but pine needles in it. It reminds me of chewing on a green pine cone, and the acidity. I mean, you could tell it's nice wine, but I maybe it's the style, or maybe I just don't know anything about sherry, but I don't exact a lot of fruit from it, hardly at all. Like, it's really strange. So
Yeah, the acidity is definitely making a play, and like I'm getting some citrus notes, but it's not distinct fruit. This is definitely definitely a lighter, a lighter style, kind of crisp.
reminds me of gin.
Whoa.
That's what it reminds me of.
Wow, that's amazing. I'm not getting the pine needles at all, and I love that juniper flavor, but I'm not getting that here.
It reminds me of gin.
Huh. Not a whole lot of complexities coming through for me. Just some nice flavors, like kind of simple, easier drinking. I'm gonna go 83 points on it.
Easier drinking.
It is for me. Yeah.
I really can't. I don't like it. Maybe it's just sherry. I've had sherries in the past. Like I said, I had one sherry in the past that I did not enjoy, and this is again in that style. So I won't score it, but I'm not interested.
So now we'll get into wine number two.
Yeah.
See if we have some different flavors, or if they're pretty similar here. This is the Alvear. Oh, jeez, big rings for myself. I'm gonna get myself in trouble here.
Dan's gonna get drunk.
This is Alvear, and this is a producer we've had experience with. One of the dessert sherries that we've been really fond of is produced by these guys.
Their 1927 Solera in particular.
Yeah.
Kicks ass.
And I didn't know.
Reasonably priced for the quality dessert wine you're getting.
And I didn't know until I was just doing some reading tonight and like seeing on the bottle that this is 100% Pedro Jimenez grape, also, which I had always associated with dessert wines.
Right.
But watch us learn with us, I guess, right?
Yeah.
There are many
PX Sherry is
types.
the dessert kind of wow. Blah. Start that over.
PX Sherries.
Yeah, so PX Sherries for me have been one of my favorite dessert wines actually for a long time. Like I said, had very few dry ones, but I've had many sweet ones. There's a few producers, I don't remember them right off the top of my head because I'm really bad with remembering my Spanish producers, but you get them 20, 30 years old and they're just absolutely amazing.
It's cool stuff, and they hit a really good price point relative to like port and Madeira. You know, with that
25 bucks for a 375, which is kick-ass. So if you see these wines in the dessert, try the dessert wines, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So
yeah. All right, so on to number 2, Fino. And this nose is totally different.
Yeah, softer nose right off the bat.
I'm getting like almost a cheese, like brie, like the crust on a brie or something like that.
And the fruit doesn't jump out at me. Like, it reminds me of a pine tree again.
Maybe like some bright apples. Wow, really?
Yeah, it just reminds me of effing pine trees. Effing pine trees.
Yeah, yeah. Keeping it clean for the kids.
Yeah, and some vanilla notes too, but
oh yeah,
not on the level that the Harvey's was. This is like a little more toned down and a little more elegant, almost would be the word.
And with the cheese, I get more of a feeling of richness too. Yeah, soft is good. Yeah,
softer, but in a good way. There was a hard edge to the Harvey's that I.
It's definitely softer on the approach and the back end. I'm still getting a little bit of that heat, and the acidity doesn't play along the sides of the palate as much for me. I'm getting in the back end as well. Like things are definitely drying out at the end. I'm getting like some lemon juice flavors late, which I think are pretty interesting. I'll say
so there are going to be some cuts in this show, obviously, but I've been sitting here discussing this. Like, I really don't know what to think about these wines. I don't know what to think about this one. Like, it's obvious that it's a good quality wine. It's obvious that, well, I don't know. Maybe someone would find this delicious, but I would never drink this. I would never purchase a bottle of this for myself.
Would you ever purchase a glass of it even? With any sort of appetizer or anything?
No.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know what to think about these wines.
Okay.
I have no idea. Like, it tastes pine-solly, like pine and vanilla and wood, and that's really all I taste.
Okay.
Maybe some grape skins in there, but that's about it.
Some delicate fruit. Another no score for you.
Sure. Yeah. No score. I don't know what to think.
Yeah, like lighter fruit.
I'm sorry, Internet, that I'm failing on this show, but really, I don't know what the.
Yeah, but that's really the experience, right? I mean, I think, you know, we were kind of talking about this before, like, what's the experience going to be like? But I think this is what happens when you branch into any new sort of wine, or there's the potential for that. The first time I had Bordeaux, I think the first time a lot of people are exposed to Burgundy, especially since a lot of people are getting to Burgundy at a lower price point, you have that experience like, what on earth is going on?
I completely agree with that. And I had that experience with Burgundy early on.
And you're still, like, I in discussions all the time, you still say that you're not totally, you know, in your
I'm
zone.
not on the boat.
Yeah.
Like other people, the ship has sailed, they're fully in Burgundy. My road hasn't ended there yet. Like, if you're going to give me $50 and say go buy a bottle of wine, I'll probably end up in Oregon, possibly in Bordeaux. Everyone's going to scoff at me for that one because the value is difficult at that price point there. But Oregon, for me, I can always, I think, pick I think 99% of the time I could pick a fantastic wine at $50, whereas in Burgundy, you don't know. So it's more like 65% or 60%. You might get something where you open and you're like, not showing. It's a dead hooker in the cellar. Like, what's going on here? So that's
you know, so it's totally the learning curve, and then none of us know a lot about like what we're looking for as far as flavors go. You know, we're just like diving in blind. So
this is
like,
diving in blind.
So to me, it's a fascinating experience, right? Because this is educational. We're building the base to compare other sherries against, and it's interesting, right?
I don't want to drink this.
Okay.
No, I'll drink it. It's part of the show. It's part of the show. I have to.
Yeah, and I'm definitely getting like a little bit of citrus and some apple flavors. Again, it's dry. It's a lighter style. The flavors aren't the flavors aren't overwhelming in any sense.